Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to talk about multiplying double-digit numbers using two methods. One being the box method, the method that they show you in school usually. That's usually how they start. And the other method, which is the traditional method, which is the way that probably people my age learned how to do multiplication. And sometimes it can be a little bit faster, but depending on your style, you can use either method. We're going to start with the box method. Over here, I've got 45 times 36. So the first thing, and this is important, and I'm finding out that not everyone knows that you're supposed to do this. The first thing that you really want to do is you want to think about what these numbers are in expanded form. 45 in expanded form is 40 plus 5. 36 in expanded form is 30 plus 6. So not everyone, I noticed that some teachers don't always go over this part, but I think it's very helpful to know. So I'm going to go down a little here, 45 times 36. Now we're going to draw the box. So what I do, this is my method, is I usually just draw like a rectangle or box first. And then I look at my first number and I say, okay, it's 40 plus 5. I've got two numbers there. So I'm going to put those two numbers on top, 40 and 5. And then I'm going to draw a line in between them. Then I'm going to look at my second number and I see that it is 30 and 6. It's also two numbers in expanded form. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it on the side here, 30 and 6, and then I'm going to draw a line in between that. And now comes the fun part. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply. So in this case, in this box, we're going to multiply 40 by 30. And we went over that the way to do that is you start by, when the number ends in 0, you start by just looking at the numbers before the 0. So you've got 3 times 4, that's 12. And then you've got 1, 2 zeros there. So I'm going to put the 2 zeros here. So the number 1200 is the product of 30 times 40. Now I'm going to do 40 times 6. That's 240. That's because 6 times 4 is 24. And then we've got the 0 over here. We've added the 0, so now it's 240. Now we do 6 times 5. We know that that's 30. And we do, what am I doing? Sorry, we do 30 times 5. We know that that's 150. Same principles apply. 5 times 6 is 30. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add it all up. 1200, 150, 240, 30. Let's add it all up. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, that's 0. 0 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3, that's 9 plus 3, that's 12. Carry the 1. Then we're going to do 2 plus 1 plus 2, that's 5, plus 1, that's 6. And then we've got the 1 standing alone here. So here's our answer, 1,620. 1,620. So going back up to our equation up here, 45 times 36 is 1,620. I had to squeeze that into the screen. So that's the box method for you. We'll do some more examples. Now there's another way to do this that some kids like more. 45 times 36. Ooh-wee, what do we do now? Well, I showed you this in class, but we'll go over it many, many times. So what we're going to start off by doing is multiplying this column, and then we're going to multiply diagonally. What we do, and this is where kids get confused, is we're going to start with the ones place for the bottom number, and then we're going to move on to the tens place of the bottom number. So let's just go through it for practice sake. We're going to do 6 times 5 first. The answer to that is 30. Oh, I can never write my 3s, you guys, I swear. 30. What we're going to do is we're going to put the 0 over here, and we're going to carry the 3. I like to put the plus sign in because I find that kids are getting confused without the plus sign. And some of them, what they're doing, and this is wrong, don't do this, they're adding these two numbers and then multiplying this way, or they're multiplying these two numbers. And so the order that you do things is very important. So now we've done 6 times 5 equals 30. You want to do these two numbers first. You want to multiply them. Do that before you add the number that's carried. That's super important, all right? So 6 times 4, that's 24. 24. Now there's no number here. There's no number there. So that means that we can just keep there's nothing to carry. So now we do wrong color. So now we're going to do 24 plus 3. That's 27, and we can just put the 27 right there. Now, this is also important. I try very hard to line up place value and keep it very clear, because as you get into bigger and bigger numbers, it'll make it confusing if you don't have things lined up this way. But you know what? We are still not done. We're still not done because we have not done multiplication with the tens place. So now we are going to do the exact same thing. We're going to multiply 3 times 5, starting with the ones place on top, and then we're going to multiply 3 times 4. Now here's the thing, and this is where people get confused as well. We need to put a 0 here because we are actually going to begin the multiplication process in the tens place. Why? Because the 3 is in the tens place. So we need to begin our work in the tens place. So let's do it. 3 times 5, that's 15. Now, we put the 5 here. I'm going to cross this out because I'm going to carry the 1. So we did 3 times 5. Now we're going to do 3 times 4. That's 12. But we have to add 1. That's 13. Again, notice that when I wrote the number, I tried to keep place value. 13. And now we're almost at the finish line. All we're going to do is add these two products up. 0 plus 0 is 0. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. And then 1 standing alone, that's just 1. There's our answer, 1,620. Oh, what do you know? It's the same thing we got using the box method, 1,620. I'm going to do another video with more multiplication, so stay tuned. I didn't want to make this one too long. It's a lot to take in, but we're going to do some more multiplication examples in the next video. Stay tuned, and I cannot wait to see everyone in class this week.